Thank you for joining us here at Special Education, Different Way of Thinking. Let's give all praises to Yahweh, King of the Universe, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Today I want to cover Isaiah 3, talking about the women and the children, the state of where we at right now, all over the four corners of the earth. And with that being said, let's get started. Isaiah 3. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh, do take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge, the prophet, the prudent, and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, the cunning testifier, and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to their princes, and the babes shall rule over them, and the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, every one by his neighbor, and the child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. So what he's saying right there is he put a spirit on these youth so they could be disrespectful towards their elders. We talk about the ancient, talking about the elder. And we see right now what's going on the earth. These children don't have no regard for their elders. They're disrespectful. They do and say anything. They don't even believe in the Creator. They think they are a God.
What is for? Would you be quiet? Well, I'd like to see you go up here and do one of these songs.
Fuck up talking to me, John, so I come knock the motherfucking glasses off your face. And that's on my dick on my head.
Didn't I tell you?
These children are, I call them vaccine babies. And I say it jokingly, but seriously also. Because they have experimented with these vaccines inside these children and created all these different weird conditions with them, making them homosexual, giving them ADHD, learning disabilities, making them crazy. It affects everyone different, these vaccines, according to their DNA makeup. But they have experimented with these children, and they keep experimenting with them more and more and more by the day. But these kids are very disrespectful towards their elders. I stay out of their way. I help them if I can, but if they too much off the chain, I stay out of their way because they will kill you in a heartbeat. They will snap out and kill you just like that. I stay out of their way. I just pray for them and let the Creator deal with them, because I know He got a spirit on them that we can't even control. When a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying you have clothing, be you our ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand, shall he swear, saying, I will be an healer. For in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not the ruler of thy people. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against Yah, to provoke his eyes of his glory. They show their consonants, do witness against them, and they declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not. And we're talking about how they walking around being homosexual, transgender, and all that stuff. The girls are studs, and the guys act like women, wearing fingernail polish and lashes and weave and all that. When he said, a man do not dress like a woman, and a woman do not dress like a man. It's in this book. But they doing just exactly what has been read, what I just read here in verse 9. They doing everything that the Creator said not do. Sodomites, homosexual acts. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. See what I'm saying? Just like Sodom and Gomorrah. He's going to destroy this place just like he did there. Y'all think it's cool to run around being studs and being girls as a man and all this wickedness? The sins have reached the heavens, and he's tired. He's coming to destroy. So your parents that sit around here and support your kid for being homosexual and gay, no, put a whipping on them, chastise them, tell them to tighten up. Give them tough love. Tell them that ain't the way of the Creator. For the rod can be spared on them and not die. You think go back to the Creator's kingdom acting like that, nah, that ain't gonna be happy. That ain't gonna happen at all. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Just like I was just saying. Tell your kid to do right. Start teaching them this law. It's supposed to be passed down from generation to generation anyway. Y'all go all these church houses every Sunday and don't learn nothing. Don't know nothing about this law. Y'all study over here doing what y'all want to do, then want to run to the church house and ask for forgiveness. No, it don't work like that. You can't keep doing wrong and keep thinking the Creator's going to bless you. And right now we're living in a time where all the wicked has been being blessed. So if you think you're being blessed with all these material gains and all this stuff, but your inside is rotten, you better take a close look in the mirror, because this is getting serious and it's turning up the heat more and more by the day. Woe unto the wicked. It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given to him. So everything you doing wicked, like I just said, he's going to put it right back on you. He's going to get his in the back end. The Creator let you do whatever you want to do. He get his on the back end. Trust you me. As for my people, the children are their oppressors, and the women rule over them. When I just said that, he put a spirit on these children to oppress us, make us sad, miserable. They run around killing each other, drilling, spinning the block on each other. All these videos with these women running up on other women with their kids in their hand, beating on them and fighting and doing all this wickedness right in front of the Creator, thinking it's cool. You can't sit down and talk about it and compromise and come to agreement and treat each other like family. All it takes is a conversation, even if somebody kills somebody in your family. If the Creator forgive them, why can't you? It's not your place to talk about, I don't forgive, this and that. It's not your place. You're a servant. You are a servant. The Creator say, love thy brother. That's what you're supposed to do, regardless to whatever the situation is. He said the women will rule over them. Ain't that what we're doing right now? The women got all the so-called good jobs and I'm independent, I don't need a man. This all by the hand of the Creator. He said this was gonna happen. I'm reading it. I'm reading it right now. I don't need no man. I got it going on. I can do what I want to do. I can have 2 or 3 men. I'm single. I could date multiple guys at one time. It's wickedness. Total wickedness. Going to the government system. They said we'll give the women housing, food stamps, a little money every month, but make sure that man ain't in the house. Make sure that man ain't around his kids. You make sure that guy ain't around, we're going to give you these little tools and fuels to make you comfortable so you can't excel anyway. And most women, they fell for it. Generations after generations in these public housings and low-income houses and all this stuff. For generations. Teach their kids that. If you got a man around, you ain't getting no help. Then the man got to resort to doing illegal things because they won't give him a job. Make it hard for him to get an education. Started in the 70s when they flooded our neighborhoods with the heroin. The heroin wasn't working fast enough. It wasn't working to their plan. So that's when they came in with the crack cocaine under the Reagan and Bush administration. They put the crack cocaine out. Let these brothers get all this money and then come snatch them up and give them mandatory sentences or life sentence for violent and non-violent crimes. It's all a setup. Remove the father from the house. That way he can't produce, he can't help uplift, he can't teach, he can't protect. And you think it's cool to raise your son by yourself? The father not being in the household? Then go put the father on child support? Nobody wins from that but the government. Study creating more and more problems within the family structure. When are we going to learn not to be programmed by them and sit down as a nation of people and say, hey, what can we do for ourselves to get better? You know what? I got the solution. Start reading these 10 commandments, turn to the Creator, and let him do his work. That's why I don't force anything on nobody. I just plant the seed and let the Creator water it. Let the Creator water it. Oh, my people, they which lead you cause you to err and destroy the way of the paths. And he's talking about the preachers that you run to give you all this crazy advice, have you going to church every Sunday and throughout the week doing all this witchcraft. Yeah, witchcraft is what they teach in the churches. You go to your Ben Crumps, which he ain't nothing but a con artist, Jesse Jackson's and Al Sharpton's, never done nothing for us. Put a pacifier in your mouth and say, hey, shut up. Go sit down. Controlled by the elite, cause you to err, just like the Creator just said. This is not a game. This is prophecy being fulfilled. That's what I'm talking about. We got to measure up these events, what's happening in the earth, according to these scriptures. He's telling you exactly what's going on, what's being fulfilled and what's not. Y'all stand up to plead, stand to judge his people. Y'all will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. And you have eaten up from the vineyard, and the spoil of the poor is in your house. So we in judgment time right now. That's why he's pulling the covers off everything that's done in the dark. Starting with your celebrities and your non-celebrities. People that you've been knowing and heard rumors and stuff about all throughout their life, but have no clarity. He's making you clear right now. HD. Giving you HD vision right now to see what's going on. He's pulling the covers off everybody. We in judgment time. We in judgment time. Just like he said, I will judge every man from his youth, whether it's good or evil. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13, 14. Ecclesiastes 11, right at the bottom. So can't nobody die for your sins. Let's get that nonsense out of here. If somebody could die for your sins, there'd be a whole lot of people still living, right? Make it make sense. What mean you that you beat my people to pieces and grind their faces of the poor, said of Yah of hosts? Moreover, Yah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with a stretched forth neck and wanting eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a twinkling with their feet. I just said that. Instagram model, all you do is sit around and show your body, turn around and twerk. I hate twerking. This is the most despicable, disrespectful thing a black woman can do. I ain't gonna say the most, let me recant that. But it's one of them. I'm a bad chick. All I do is travel. Taking all these Instagram shots of you eating at these fancy restaurants, taking these trips, doing all this so-called luxury thing, but riding in the inside, want a man to spend dollars on you, take you on trips, prostituting yourself, haughty, meaning you proud, thinking you better than everybody, talking about the next person, the next man and next woman, gossiping. Gossiping is a sin. Walking around with a stretched forth neck and wanting eyes. I'm better than you. I know she did not. All that craziness. I'm talking about you. Daughter of Zion. From the highest to the lowest. Therefore, Yah will smite the scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And Yah will discover their secret parts. Put a scab on your crown. While you wearing weave. Can't grow no hair. And if you can grow hair, you still want to look like them. You don't want to look like your natural state. Wear your afro. 1970s was some of the most beautiful time for a black woman. They were natural. They weren't doing all this craziness. They did a number on y'all women, man. And y'all think it's cool. Fake weave, which is witchcraft. You don't know what's this hair been blessed with or voodoo with or whatever the case. You don't know what the process they do to put on this hair. But you want to go put it in your head because you bought it in the store at a packet. You don't know what comes with it. The men too, out here wearing hair weaves, witchcraft, men and the women. Stop that foolishness. In that day, Yah will take away the bravery of their twinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls, and their round tires like a moon, their chains, their bracelets, their mufflers, their bonnets, the ornaments of the leg, and the handbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, the mantles, the wimples, the crispings of pins, the glasses, the fine linen, in the hoods, in the veils. See, when we go back to our natural culture, our ancient culture, how the women was back home in Jerusalem, it was crazy, astonishing, amazing, natural beauty. All this stuff that we doing now, crazy, crazy, crazy. Think because you go put some homosexual designers on you that it make you a bad bee. Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana, the list go on, Gucci, the list go on and on. Homosexual witchcraft clothing, voodoo clothing. Understand what's going on in the earth, people. And it shall come to pass, instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink. And half of y'all don't even know what that means. Women produce natural pheromones out of their body that the man is attracted to, and vice versa. The man attract natural scents from his body that attract the women. So we put all these perfumes and colognes on our skin, on the biggest organ on our body, and knocked off your pH even more, thinking you smelling good. Then when it comes to have sexual relations, your vagina stink, and you don't know why. Eating the cockroaches of the sea, shrimp, lobster, crab, pork, chicken, all this unclean foods you're putting inside your body, and wonder why your pH is off. The Creator said He would make you stink. We don't even know what a good smelling woman smell like. None of us. We don't know. We'll know when His third and final temple be built, when He let the holy waters flow out it, and when He replenished our body, take all these diseases out of us. All of us have diseases in us, knowingly or unknowingly, and affect all of us differently. You're supposed to do a natural cleaning at least 3 times a year, if not 4. Do a metal cleansing, parasite cleansing, get all this stuff up out of our bodies. Do the best we can until we return home. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of a well set of hair, baldness. Instead of a stomacher, a girdle of sackcloth. Burning instead of beauty. No matter how beautiful you think you is, you really not. Just imagine how the women were when Solomon seen Bathsheba. He looked at her and she was drop dead gorgeous, smelled good. The pheromones, he smelled us like, whoa, dang, I want that. I'm attracted to that. That's why the Creator said, do not sleep with another man's wife. Wife, girlfriend, whatever. When he has sex with her, it's considered his wife. We don't supposed to go around here having sex with multiple women and they not being your wife. And if you take on multiple wives, you got to take care of her just like you did your first wife. It says it right here in this book. So you can't be no poor man trying to have no multiple wives. Going back to pheromones, the natural scent that comes out the body. Men get attracted to that. Women get attracted to men that have that same scent, the natural scent. When you have smelled that scent, you not to go lurking after an individual if they have a spouse. A man can have multiple wives, but a woman can only have one husband. She don't supposed to have multiple DNA sliding inside of her. Throw her pH off. And it's sinful at the same time. I don't write the rules, the Creator did. You have a problem with it, go talk to Him. Isaiah 4, 7 women shall take hold of one man. This will happen when we get back home. As He said, I will make men rare like fine oak, like fine gold. So we got to repopulate. And that will be the holy children when we return home. They men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty men of the war. And that's what's happening right now. All the shooting and killing and police killings and drug killings and so many different ways we've fallen by the sword. So many different ways we've fallen by the sword. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. This is a very important chapter for we to have some understanding of what's happening with us in the 4 corners of the earth right now. If you really want some understanding, go read it for yourself. Isaiah 3. Read it in different versions if you can't understand the King James Version. Then once you get understanding that version, come back and relate it to the King James Version. and ask the Creator for clarity. Guaranteed He'll give it to you. And with that being said, shalom and blessings to all nations in the earth.